Hi, welcome. My name is Sonia. I'm really excited to be doing this live stream practice for West End Yoga. I'm just going to give us a moment here before we start our asana practice, if anyone is going to join live, to give them a moment. So while we are getting ready, I just wanted to share a little bit of information about what West End has going on for you right now. While we're in this incredible moment of shift and transformation and change. Every week, every day of the week, we're going to have different teachers offering free class that will either be on our Facebook page or here on YouTube, so that you can come and join us and still keep practicing. If you are able and interested, we do have a Patreon set up, and this is a way that you can provide monthly donations towards the studio so that when we get the go-ahead, we are able to open the doors back up and keep offering yoga. I just want to thank everyone who has been with us through the process of figuring this out and who has shared our classes, because really I think the hope at this time is to make yoga accessible to as many people who want it. So thank you so much. And hopefully if anyone is joining us live, they are here. And so let's go ahead and get started. If you want to grab any props that you like, that would be great. And let's head to our mats. And so to begin our practice, just finding yourself in a comfortable seat, whether that's sitting cross-legged or on your shins. But let the seat feel a little bit more active. So engage the seat into the ground and then grow the spine really nice and tall, and feel a gentle draw of the navel in towards the spine just to help you really support that length and space. Letting the crown have this gentle but active reach up towards the sky as then the shoulders rest down. I don't know about you, but I've been sitting a lot more in my day today. So finding a little bit more activity in that seat is a helpful way to just kind of mix things up. And so when I was thinking about what I wanted to offer in as the intention of our practice, I've been really thinking a lot about this principle of shift, of resetting, of starting new. And I think Monday is such a great time for us to come back to that principle, that at any moment we're really able to start over again. We're able to recommit to our practice. We're able to kind of reevaluate and reassess maybe what's really worked for us over the past week, or perhaps where we're I need to kind of give this some attention, whatever it might be. And I think a physical yoga practice is such an incredible way to do that, because we are in our bodies, we are moving our energy, we're feeling into our system. So if you've ever been in the place where you're just I don't even know how I feel, I don't know if my body feels good, this physical yoga practice really brings us to ourselves to kind of feel into where we are and what we need. And maybe if there is a change or shift that we're seeking, we get to start to invite it into our practice. So we'll begin our practice with some mantra, which I think is the ultimate throat chakra pose, right, is to use our voice. So you can let your eyes close and let your hands form a prayer over your heart and just feeling into your center, right? The heart being the epicenter of all feeling, all connection, all relation. The house of the true self. So we'll breathe in together. will chant a mantra together. Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram really can connect us to this principle and energy of one who is full of devotion, and this devotion specifically being to Dharma, to living in alignment with truth, with love, with justice. So we can call upon this energy by connecting to his name. Feel free to join me or just to listen. Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, beautiful, yogis. So allow a nice full breath to come in, and as you exhale, let it leave you completely. And if your eyes are closed, you'll start to let them blink open and find your way onto hands and knees on your mat. I'll meet you there in just a moment. So from hands and knees, just kind of start to sway your hips from side to side a little bit, wiggling it out, being sure to spread the fingers wide enough that you can really engage into each digit and let the toes be tucked. Just begin with a couple easy cat and cows. So the inhale is this opening, the spreading of the chest, and the exhale is the rounding of the spine, just to start to bring a little bit of movement into our body. Breathing in and out through the nose. Starting to feel our movement and breath line up. The inhale can really hold this energy of drawing in, and the exhale can really be this like letting go, this giving away, this giving out. Find yourself in a neutral spine. Keeping the toes tucked, extend the left leg long, and we'll keep our hands on the mat. If you want, you can extend the right arm out for a little bit more work. As you breathe in, we'll find this extension, and as you exhale, draw knee to nose, rounding the spine. Breathing in to reach. Exhale, knee to nose. See if you can really get that knee close to your nose. Breathing in as you extend. Exhale, bringing it in, lifting that navel. And then draw the knee to nose or third eye one last time, and then extend it out long. We're just going to open that left hip onto the right, and then the left arm will lift for a supported half moon. You might kickstand those right toes a little bit to help you find balance. But then just as in our seat, engage the right hand into the earth and then really straighten through the arm and extend so we're lifting up and away from the ground as opposed to sinking into it. Breath is steady, left foot is flexed, letting that leg be awake, sending energy. We'll breathe in together here. As you exhale, lower the left hand, bring that left hip to neutral. Draw knee to nose and then step the left foot between the hands. So we're kind of in a low lunge. With your right foot, you're going to kickstand the heel in. The left hand connects on the inside of the left foot, and then your right arm lifts. So this is like a supported side angle variation here. Crown of the head is reaching forward as you get nice and tall. You can even come up higher here or be on a block if the ground is too low. Beautiful. Nice big breath in. Beautiful. Breathe out. Lowering the hand, unwind that right foot, tuck the toes, straighten the legs for a pyramid pose. You can hop that right foot in a bit to shorten the stance as you then fold over the left leg, drawing the left hip back. Hands can be on blocks if you have them, but really kind of finding some balance and equanimity in the hips here. And then let your spine come long, find a flat back as you lift up. Right knee crosses behind the left for a seated spinal twist. If it's uncomfortable to have the bottom knee bent, you can always extend it out. As we inhale, we'll reach our arms up towards the sky, and as you exhale, twist to the left-hand side, either hooking or hugging that left knee towards you. As you twist from the navel and open out. So the shoulder opening is just a secondary kind of opening from the belly. Beautiful. Breathing in, breathing out. Find yourself back towards center. Plant both feet on the mat and then lift the feet for Navasana boat pose. Your hands can stay connected to the thighs or maybe reach the arms by your side. Wherever you are choosing to be, we're seeing how much lift we can have from the center of our chest. Sometimes it's just like a mental lift as we really try to shine the heart. We're going to roll like a ball, so you can either roll into Plow Pose, whee, or you could just roll onto your back, which I think I'll have to do since I don't have enough room. And let it be playful, right? You don't have to try to catch the balance. Just kind of roll it out and have some fun. All right, if this should hopefully feel good, and if not, you can just kind of stay in that Navasana shape. And let's do one more, and then try to catch the balance. Use some control in the core, and cross the ankles. Tabletop once again. And coming back onto hands and knees. Shake it out just a little bit. As you're ready, let that right leg extend. Toes are dialed down. Breath in as you stretch from heel to head. Exhale, knee to third eye. Breathe in, reach long. Exhale. Following your breath, so it might be a little faster or a little slower. This practice is about connecting to yourself and not to anyone else's rhythm or shape, just allowing it to be your own. We'll meet with that leg extended. Open the right hip onto the left for our supported half moon. Not that we don't want to connect to other people, right? But by allowing ourselves to connect with our own rhythm and our own pace and our own hearts, I think when we step off our mat, that brings us into a more anchored place where we have some stability to really radically connect with other people. Lower the right hand, just even that hip out, and then step that knee to nose, and it's going to come between the hand and our little low lunge. Left heel spins in, right hand comes to the inside of the right foot, and then the left arm lifts for our supported extended side angle here. Remembering to really start to be lifted through the torso. So using some of our side body strength here to find space. All four corners of the right foot engage into the ground. And then we'll lower the left hand, unwind the left foot, tuck the left toes, and then lift the knees straight, the legs for pyramid. You can hop that left foot in. Maybe now you do hair tie asana, right? Like I should have done that before. As you fold over the right leg, drawing that right hip back. Sometimes even stepping into the right foot helps you find that balance. If you're folded, start to find a flat back as you extend. Left knee crosses behind right for seated spinal twist. As you breathe in, the arms will lift, and as you exhale, you'll twist to your right hand side. Getting tall. The right hand can be a gentle lift for your spine as you grow just a little bit more. Beautiful yogis. One more breath in. Beautiful breathing out. And we'll come back to center, unwind the legs, and Navasana once again. So maybe now in our second round, you're going to choose a different variation, maybe using a little more core strength. You can even hold to the feet or the big toes. And we're going to roll like a ball once again. So maybe through plow, or however feels best. And just take, I don't know, like 4 or 5 of these, whatever feels like a good amount. And then we'll meet Catching our balance in Navasana. Plant the hands on the ground, feet on the ground, hands behind the hips, altar pose, lift them up, let the head go. 2 lines, breaths here. Breathing in, stick that tongue out. Beautiful, 1 more. Exhale. Lower the hips, cross the ankles, downward facing dog. And sending the hips up and back. If you like to pedal your feet out a bit here to just start to stretch into the calves and hamstrings, you can. Remembering to spread the fingers enough again that you can press into the digits and not just the wrist. Sending weight into the knuckles as well. On a breath in, roll out into a plank pose and pause. As the heels reach back, the head reaches forward, so you're getting tall here. And then lower the knees. And then send the hips back just a little bit as the hands walk forward for puppy pose, Anahatasana. So we don't want the hips coming all the way back like a child's pose. They're staying just about in line with the knees as the heart gets heavy. The forehead can touch the ground. If you really want to be active here, maybe seeing if you can keep the elbows lifted as you stretch into the heart and into the chest, the shoulders, and the throat. Forearms are connected on the mat. And as you breathe in, come on up to tabletop. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Stay and breathe. Let's take an easy walk to the top of the mat for a forward fold. Any variation with the arms that you want, that's just going to allow you to drape heavily over the legs, relaxing the neck, relaxing the head, maybe swaying from side to side. Arms release. As you breathe in, arms come all the way up and overhead. So let's just come right up. As you exhale, hands come to the heart. Breathe in to lift the arms. Exhale to the heart. Do 3 more of these on your own. Taking your time. Hands are at the heart. Closing the eyes if it's comfortable, and just take a moment to reconnect to this idea of the shift, of starting new, right? With each pose, with each sequence, with each breath, we have the equal opportunity to shift, to start the practice new, to start our day new, to start the moment new. And so with that opportunity, may we choose to step into a rhythm and into truth that really allows us to feel supported, to feel loved, to find clarity. As you breathe in, the arms reach up. Exhale, swan diving over your legs. Hands come to shins as you inhale for a flat back. Exhale to fold. Right foot steps back, left foot meets it. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. As you inhale, roll out into plank pose. This time, lower down knees, chest, and chin. Elbows stay by your side. As you inhale, slither out onto your belly and then open the arms wide out to the side for some flowing cobras. Feet stay together as you breathe in, heart lifts. As you exhale, one shoulder dips towards the mat. Breathing in to come up. As you exhale, the other shoulder dips, and just move at your own pace, breathing in and breathing out. Lifting. Beautiful. And lowering. And then we're going to lift up into Cobra. The arms stay wide. We'll take a lion's breath here. So breathe in through the nose. Stick the tongue out. Lowering down. Hands come by your side. Keep the elbows together. Either come up to tabletop or press up to plank. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Swaying it out. One more time as you breathe in, come on out, plank pose. Lower down knees, chest, and chin. Cobra pose, arms come wide, inhale. Maybe you come up a little bit higher, and then dipping the shoulder, just one on each side. Breathing in, Exhale, other shoulder. Come on up to Cobra. One more lion's breath. Breathe in. Get loud and weird with it. Lower down. Press up plank or tabletop. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog when you're ready. Let's reach the right leg up towards the sky and then draw knee to third eye, rounding in. Step the foot between the hands and then lower your left knee for Anjaneyasana. The arms sweep up with thumbs facing towards the back of the house. Engaging into the right foot as you draw thighs in towards each other. So you've got some lift here. Feeling into some strength. And let your hands come to the heart. Breathing in to find lift. Exhale, twist to your right hand side, hooking the elbow, but still staying buoyant and tall in the spine. Pressing hands in towards each other to maybe find a little bit more space in the chest. On an exhale, unwind. Hands come to the mat or blocks as you lengthen the right leg for a runner's stretch. Hip reaches back as head and heart reach forward. So maybe you're not super low, but you're just finding where that stretch is happening. Look forward out in front of you, step into a low lunge. Left knee lifts. OMG, left leg steps behind the right as arms sweep back. Keep your feet exactly where they are and just rise up to stand. Saraswati, right hand takes left wrist. So you're peeling that left side body open. Beautiful, breathing in here. Nice big breath out. Chair pose, left foot steps to meet the right. Keep the bend in the knees. Hips track back as arms reach up. Thumbs still facing back. Bend into those knees as much as you can. Beautiful. Weight comes into the left foot. Right knee draws in towards the chest. Step back, warrior one. Maybe you adjust your feet a little bit when you get there. Letting that right hip shine forward just a bit. Hands come behind the back. Breathe in to lift as you exhale, devotional, pouring it forward. Lifting through the back of the right thigh. Breathing in. Beautiful. Breathe out, lengthen the spine, and then lower the hands to the mat. Spin onto the ball of the right foot. Option here from your plank pose as you step left foot back to take it through a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog and get right to it. So the left leg will lift, knee to nose, really rounding, and then step the foot up, Anjaney, lowering the right knee down, arms come to lift. Starting to feel some heat build as you lift up through the hips. Hands find the prayer, use that breath in to lengthen. Exhale, twist over to that left hand side. Steady breath. All right, we're working with the breath to find some ease and consistency, no matter what happens and what shape we're in. As you exhale, unwind, hands come to the ground for the runner's stretch. Breath is in and out through your nose. Ujjayi pranayam. Beautiful yogis. Low lunge, step into the left foot, lift the right knee, and then it's OMG, right leg crosses behind left as arms sweep back. Keep the feet where they are, Saraswati, arms lift, left hand takes right wrist, peel it open. Take that stretch, breathe in, breathe out, chair pose, right foot meets left, bend deep. Right, go for it, feeling into the strength of your legs, the strength of your feet, the strength of your shoulders. And then the weight starts to travel into the right foot. Warrior one, step back, arms lift. Adjust to the feet and let some weight touch into that left foot. Clasp hands behind the back, take your breath in. Exhale, fold, devotional warrior. Steadying into the feet, lifting through the hips. One more breath in. As you breathe out, hands come to the floor, step back plank, your vinyasa. Beautiful. Exhale is downward facing dog. We'll stay for a few rounds of breath if you need to catch it. And at any point, child's pose is also available. Right leg lifts. Let's bend the knee to let the hip stretch open here as left heel reaches for the ground, making some circles with the foot in both directions. And then lengthen the leg, just let the hips level off knee to nose. Step through for low lunge. OMG, left leg crosses behind the right. From here, Garudasana, Eagle Pose. Left leg crosses over, left arm is underneath. Once you establish the cross, start to bend into that right leg, letting the hips get a little bit heavier. So finding a drishti, something to focus your gaze on, is going to help you find that stillness, touching into the balance. Start to unwind your arms. Step the left foot wide, Malasana squat pose. So you're going to be off your mat now. Hands are at prayer, using the elbows to guide the knees open just a little bit more. You could be on a block here, or just let the hips use some gravity to lower you down. Hands come to the ground. Lift the hips up enough that you can step the right foot back into a lizard lunge. If you want to shimmy onto your mat, that might be nice for now. Beautiful. And from your lizard lunge, you can always lower that right knee. We'll come back here, so I'd say even if you do like to go on forearms, maybe just stay on hands for now. If the right knee is lowered, we are going to go ahead and lift it up. Spin the right heel down, extended side angle, right arm lifts. If you want to come up onto the knee, you can always give yourself some more lift. Left knee is tracking over the outside of the foot. Navel draws in and the front of the ribs kiss in to support you here. Rainbow warrior, right knee bends, left leg straightens. Take it into warrior one at the front of your mat. Bend the left knee. Arms will lift. Hands clasp behind your back. It's devotional, so use the breath in to find space. As you exhale, fold forward. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lower your hands to the mat. Spin onto the ball of the right foot. Three-legged dog. Left leg comes up and back. Inhale. Exhale, step it between the hands. Half moon. Ardha Chandrasana. Right leg lifts. Right arm lifts. If you have a block nearby, this might be a nice opportunity to go ahead and use it. See if you can come onto the tips of the fingers so you're trusting the legs to help you balance here. As quietly and gently as possible, step back peaceful. Left arm stretches up and over. As you exhale, lower it down to flow. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Beautiful, yogis. Let's keep it going, building some heat. Left leg lifts, opening that hip with the knee bent. Make some circles with the foot in both directions. And then extend the leg long, level out those hips, woo, knee to nose. Low lunge, step the foot between the hands. Looking forward so the weight comes into that left foot, OMG, right leg steps behind. When you're ready, Eagle Pose, right leg over, right arm underneath. Remembering that you're breathing. I forgot for a couple moments. In and out through the nose. Just being with what's here right now. Nowhere else to be. Unwind the arms. Step wide, Malasana squat. The right foot comes out wide. And again, you could be on a block here, but letting the elbows guide the arms open. Hands come to the mat. This time we'll step the left foot back into our lizard lunge. So I'm going to like shimmy onto my mat. You might have to as well. So the left knee could come down if it was on the other side. Letting the shoulders draw onto the back. So I do like to kind of think about my heart in like a Cobra pose here, because that's just a space where it usually feels quite open and broad. So see if you could kind of tap into that Cobra-like quality here. And then tuck the left toes, lift the knee if it's not already. Extended side angle, spin the left heel down, left arm lifts. Maybe come up onto that thigh. Take a generous bend in that right knee, using that right leg, and then pressing heel and the ball of the foot into the ground. Rainbow warrior, straighten the right leg, bend the left, and then it's warrior one to the front of the mat. Unwinding up. Devotional, hands come behind, lift up, exhale, fold. Beautiful, big breath in. Breathing out. One more inhale. As you exhale, hands lower, spin onto the ball of the left foot, three-legged dog, reach it up. Exhale, step it through, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Left leg lifts, left hand lifts. Same practice here, seeing if you can come onto the fingertips of that right hand. Ooh. Right, maybe you fall. Now more than ever, it doesn't matter because, right, we're all in our own space, so really no one can see it. Beautiful. Step back, peaceful. Reach that right arm up. Take it down. One more chance to flow. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. All right, yogis. And then roll out to plank. Lower your knees to the mat. And then come to sit back on your heels. I'm just going to come close and check the time, see where we're at. As maybe you take a few rounds of breath here. Awesome, cool. I didn't want to keep you here too long. So, let's see. Tuck your toes if they're not already, and we're going to let our hands clasp behind our back. You have two options here. We're going to spread into the chest. So you can either just let the knuckles anchor behind you to lift the heart up. We can also begin to fold it forward to stretch into the shoulders. If you're here and you want a little bit more, the crown of your head will touch to the ground as the arms reach up and over. You can come in and out of this if you like it, but it's like, oh, I don't want to stay there. But remembering too that you could just be up here. Beautiful. If you are on the top of your head, just slowly and gently rolling back to your hips. Hands plant outside of the hips for a baby camel. So the hips will just lift up any amount. The head can relax back if that's comfortable, and we'll take a lion's breath here. Inhale. Stick your tongue out. Lower the hips. Come to sit on the heels. Hands come to heart. Lift onto the knees. Step into a lunge with the right foot. And then lift that left knee. It could stay down here actually because we are going to twist. So left knee can be on the ground. Breathing in. Exhale, twisting to the right hand side. Here you might choose to explore a variation with the arms, maybe opening them or seeing about a half or a full bind. Remembering that we want to prioritize our breath here. So if anything kind of takes away from your ability to breathe freely, just start to let it go. And then unwind back into a high lunge. So if the knee is on the ground, go ahead and lift it. Rainbow warrior, straighten the right leg, sweep the arms back, get low in that left knee. Star pose, so just reaching both arms up. As you exhale, fold over your legs. Walking hands through the feet in your fold, or maybe this is your moment for a headstand. Lowering forearms to the ground as you tuck the head in. You have a couple moments here to take what you need. If you are in an inversion, lowering down as slowly as you can. Beautiful. If your hands are between your legs, you're just going to walk them out so you have a nice long flat back. Come over to the right lizard lunge, once again, bending into the right knee. So you might have to walk that right foot out wide. And here we'll have a little bit more time. So if you want to come onto forearms, or maybe the outer edge of the right foot, maybe bending the left knee, reaching back for it. Whatever variation works for you. We've been here once before, so you have that kind of foundational setup. You could be there, or maybe you choose to explore a little bit. Beautiful. If you have the left foot, start to let it go, bringing the right foot back, coming onto hands. Left toes are tucked, lift the left knee, and then step the right foot back. Lowering onto forearms, you got it, forearm plank. One big round of breath here. Beautiful. Lower the hips to the ground, untuck the toes, Sphinx pose. Forearms engage into the mat, shoulders wrap down on the back as the chest spreads. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Arms come long beside you. Your next breath in is Locust Pose, Shavasana. So head and chest lift and then hands. Feet being the last piece. If that pinches your low back at all, the feet can stay on the mat. Reaching fingertips towards your heels to help you find that extension. Beautiful. Lower down as you breathe out. Let a cheek find the mat and just sway your hips from side to side. And then bring your hands beside you. Your head comes back to center. Just hands and knees. And send the hips back to your heels. So I'm going to give you the option. We'll either take that stretch right onto our heads, or maybe you're just like a child's pose would be perfect. So up to you where you're going to go next. We're just going to move into that sequence one more time on the other side. So if you are taking the stretch, hands start behind the back, starting to fold forward. Knuckles reach up and overhead. Maybe the top of the head kisses the ground. The head isn't bearing a lot of weight here. So if anything hurts your neck at all, then that's just how you know that this isn't the shape for you today. Really feeling the breath fill you, and then feeling it leave. And come back up onto the hips if you're not there already. So even my child's posers will come back onto the heels for our dancing camel. Hands come behind the hips, pressing them up. Maybe the head goes. One lion's breath. Wonderful. Lower hips down. Beautiful. Bring your hands to prayer. Left foot steps forward. So we're going to twist here, either coming into high lunge or staying as you are. And then get ready to twist. So if you were like me and your hands left prayer, bring them on home. As you exhale, twist over to that left-hand side. So remembering you have the opportunity to explore some variations with the arms here. Seeing what the variation might offer to you. And we're going to easily unwind, so take your time. High lunge. Rainbow warrior, so straighten the left leg, arms sweep back into star pose. Whee! Reach it up. Exhale, fold forward. So maybe you take another headstand. If you already walked your hands between your feet, I'm going to offer up Yogi Toe Lock. So wrap your big fingers around your big toe. Elbows point out. And then using the arms to draw yourself forward, you can really bend the knees here too. We have a couple of rounds of breath, so know that you have time to ease your way into it. We don't have to rush. Sometimes time and space are the greatest gift we can receive to just allow things to unfold. If you are inverted, start to make your way back. Releasing the toe lock, walking the hands out so you have a nice long spine, and then lizard lunge. So walk to the front of your mat, left knee bends. Finding a similar variation that you did on the other side, if that's okay for you here. Taking it one step at a time though, so you can really meet your edge before you're too far in it. And in that way too, we're really able to serve our body on each day, as opposed to, you know, where it's been in the past or where we're hoping to go. Slowly let the back foot go. If you do have it, coming back into that lifted lizard, lifting the right knee, stepping back, plank pose, and then lowering onto forearms, lowering the other arm first. One strong round of breath. Beautiful. Lowering into Sphinx pose. Option to stay in Sphinx, or maybe you walk the hands out in front of you for Seal pose. If you're in Seal, you have the choice to let the head tilt back to stretch the throat. If you are in Sphinx, you'll just keep your neck long. Beautiful. Bring the head back first if you're in Seal, and then lower onto your belly, other cheek to the mat. Swaying the hips from side to side. And then forehead to the mat for Locust Pose. This time we'll take it to the next variation, clasping hands behind your back. When you're ready on the breath in, lifting up. So keeping the gaze on the floor but out in front of you, this will help keep the neck long as opposed to like breaking the energy. Knuckles are awake as they reach towards the feet. Just take one more round of your breath here. Beautiful. As you lower down, really slowly, the other cheek finds the mat. Shimmy the hips. All right, we'll take one more variation. So bringing your forehead back to the mat. Option to bend the knees for Dhanurasana. Reaching back for the ankles. Any of the other variations would be perfect as well. I like to flex my feet here and then lift head and chest. And then the feet pressing into hands can just be that last kind of bit of oomph and lift. Take 4 rounds of your breath here, however long that is. Beautiful. Lowering down, maybe windshield wipering the knees from side to side. And just making your way back to a child's pose for a few breaths. So forehead connects to the mat, letting the arms be heavy. And just staying here. So letting this child's pose be a signal to your body and to your mind that we're really starting to slow down now. So maybe in your child's pose, the breaths get a little bit longer. And as they get longer, maybe they get a little bit deeper. One more round of your breath, taking your time. Downward facing dog, we'll meet here. Reaching hips up to the sky. Just draw the right knee to the nose for Pigeon Pose. So the right shin lowers. And then the left leg will walk back. If you have any kind of like knee stickiness or have had a knee injury before, taking Pigeon on your back is such a nice option to just relieve any pressure. So feel free to head onto your back and just pause upright first. Maybe you kind of slide a blanket underneath that right hip if that's going to help you find a little bit more evenness. You can stay upright, right? This is a beautiful stretch. Walking the hands forward is just calling in a little bit of gravity to maybe deepen it as you fold forward. Giving ourselves some time here to really allow the stretch to affect our bodies, to inspire change, to shift some things and let go. You know, I think that we can relate like doing so many different yoga poses into a class to this idea of shifting, that like, you know, we don't just shift once and then everything's different. Like coming back to the moment requires us to consistently make that choice again and again. So while Monday is a beautiful, beautiful chance to remember to come to that place of shifting and finding changes, like we're gonna have to choose it a lot of times. So in your pigeon pose, you can stay where you are. If you'd like to take a little bit of a twisted variation, with your right arm threaded underneath your torso, the left arm can extend up and overhead. It also could bind behind your back for a bit more intensity in that twist. Beautiful. Lower that left arm to the mat if it was bound. We'll come back up into our pigeon pose. Tuck the left toes, really just gently taking it back to downward dog. And as you're ready, unfolding to the other side. So pigeon with the left leg. And now that we've been here on one side, you might have a little bit better idea of where you'll want to be on this side. So just take your time to move into your pigeon pose. Starting in this fold first, with a flex of the left foot to protect us here. Right toes reaching long. And a few more breaths just like this. If you twist it on the other side, you'll do so here. So lifting your torso enough that the left arm can thread underneath. Right arm can extend in front or can come behind the back. If you're in this twist, we have a really nice opportunity to feel the right lungs specifically really start to breathe and fill with breath. Wonderful. If you are in the twist, returning the right hand to the mat so you can unwind the left leg. And then we're going to swing the right leg around. I'm going to come and face you. And just shake the legs out. If you are by a wall, I'm going to recommend that to us for this, for Shavasana, just to kind of give ourselves a little bit of a mix. So maybe if you want to navigate closer to your wall so you don't have to do that right before. And then we're just going to find a forward fold. So Paschimottanasana, removing the flesh from underneath us with feet flexed. I really love to lift the arms, just really kind of grow nice and tall. And as you exhale, folding it forward. Still finding that active quality here. So reaching chest and head forward. So maybe we won't come quite as low. And just a couple more moments here. Sometimes I feel like I could stay in the stretch forever. Then just use your breath in to come back up. And we're going to come to our wall for legs up the wall as a Shavasana variation. If you would prefer to lay out long, that's also wonderful. If you are taking legs up the wall, you'll bring your hips to the wall as close as you can get them. And then reaching the legs up, you're going to have to kind of lower onto your back and shimmy yourself towards it. So your legs, your feet can be together. Some of us, it might be more comfortable for legs to be wide. Just kind of feel it out. And then
kind of classic is the arms long beside you. You also have the opportunity to cactus the arms or to even straighten them up and overhead. So decide what feels right for you. And once you find what feels right, you can choose to maybe let your eyes close or just relax the eyelids. And we'll stay here for a few moments. And for our Shavasana, I will say a mantra for us. So taking a few grounding breaths in your Shavasana shape. And letting anything on the to-do list go for now. Letting yourself get completely clear, completely free in the moment. Left with only you and your breath. Slowly begin to deepen your breath.
As you inhale, allowing it to fill you and nourish you. And with the breath out, surrendering, letting go. And as the breath fills your body, also invite awareness to fill it once again. As you notice head and shoulders, arms, belly, legs, and feet. Allowing some gentle movement to return. Wiggling of fingers and toes, rolling of the head from side to side. And as you just really kindly awaken yourself. Then the feet will start to find the floor. And the knees will find the chest. Allow yourself to breathe in here. And as you exhale, rolling to one side and taking a pause in this fetal position. And from this shape of creation, allow yourself to rise into this new moment. Finding your way into a comfortable seat. And sitting tall. Sitting with energy. And letting your hands touch your heart. The very first sutra in Patanjali's collection of Yoga Sutras is Hatha Yoga Anushasanam. And now the study of yoga begins. Every day, every week, every moment, every breath, yoga begins. There is equal and deep possibility in every single moment to start again, to shift, to realign, and to allow the heart to lead you. In every breath, we have the chance to live in alignment with love. May this intention carry us out into the world today, to be in loving service to ourselves and to those around us. The light in me bows to the same light that lives and breathes in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining live, and to everyone who will watch this video in their own time. Again, it's really a pleasure to get to connect with you in this space. Like I said at the beginning of class, we have our West End Facebook page and our Patreon, and we're consistently trying to create resources so that we can really stay together and stay in touch during this time. So please feel free to reach out. We're all here together for each other. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.